And this hunting season, the Wisconsin DNR is asking some deer hunters to turn in samples of harvested deer to test for PFAS, also known as forever chemicals. Our own Jake Forrest spoke with a fishing and wildlife toxicologist from the DNR and joins us with more.
That's right, Austin. The town of Stella is the most PFAS-contaminated community in the entire state of Wisconsin. But now the DNR is asking hunters to turn in samples of harvested deer to see what kind of presence these chemicals have developed in Wisconsin's hunting game.
We've tested some fish in the area, and those came back with fairly high levels of PFAS. And so now we're kind of looking into wildlife and specifically deer.
With the environmental impact of PFAS and other forever chemicals becoming more apparent across Wisconsin, the Department of Natural Resources is now looking to see how much of a presence the chemicals have in the state's deer population. DNR fish and wildlife toxicologist Sean Storm elaborated on the same testing that has already been done in Marinette.
So we found very, very low levels in the mussel or the venison that most people eat. We did find quite a bit higher levels in the liver. And so we did issue an advisory not to eat the liver from deer harvested within that area.
While going through the process of how the data will be collected and distributed, Storm also noted that there will be collaboration with other state agencies.
We're going to be looking at the levels of PFAS in the muscle tissue, and then we'll look and summarize the data and share it with the Department of Health Services and determine whether or not any sort of a consumption advisory for deer in that area is warranted.
Storm encouraged all hunters who harvested deer within 3 miles of Stella to deliver samples of both muscle tissue from anywhere on the deer as well as liver tissue to the DNR for testing. And rest assured, as the process doesn't differ much from testing for chronic wasting disease.
Those samples can be wrapped in aluminum foil separately and then placed in just a Ziploc bag with like harvest date, name, location information. And those can be dropped off at the CWD sampling kiosk in Rhinelander.
And Storm added that there is already a good amount of data on the presence of PFAS chemicals in birds across Wisconsin, especially bald eagles. And while he isn't making any bold predictions on what the data will find in deer, he said the data in birds raised questions of the impact of PFAS on things like reproduction, thyroid function, and overall behavior. But in deer, it is still too early to tell, hence why the DNR is doing this testing, Austin.